Welcome to webbikeworld.com. This is a quick look at the Sargent World Sport Performance Seat. This one's fitted to a 2015 Kawasaki Versys 650 LT project bike. For the full review, more photos and details, please visit webbikeworld.com. The standard seat that comes on the Kawasaki Versys is pretty lame. It feels okay when you first get on it, but it only takes a few minutes before you start getting tired of it. This is the standard seat. There's not much to it. The foam is pretty flabby, and there's a plastic seat pan, and it's pretty lightweight actually compared to the Sargent seat. The Sargent seat's pretty expensive accessory, but in the long run probably worth it because I just can't sit on the stock seat for more than about half an hour, 45 minutes before it starts to hurt. Removing the seat on the Versys is pretty easy. Just turn the key, seat pops right off. There's a slot in the back of the fuel tank. There's a metal bar on the Sargent seat. This one's a little stiff. You have to push down in the back to get it to click into the receiver. The Sargent seat looks good though. It's a little bit flatter. I bought the normal seat size, so the height really doesn't change much. It's a little flatter, a little wider. It gives a little relief in the center. It fits very closely and very nice in the back of the fuel tank. There is a pretty significant stop in the back, so can't move around on it quite as much as I'd like, and have not had a passenger on it, but the passenger portion is flatter and wider for sure than the stock Versys seat. The Sargent seat weighs almost twice as much as the stock seat, and you can tell the quality of materials is several notches higher, especially the material that's used on the outside. It's got almost sort of a carbon fiber look. It's a little more slippery than I thought, though. Hopefully some of that will wear off over time. To remove the Sargent seat, it's kind of stiff. You have to turn the key quite hard and mess with it a little bit to get it to pop out. To look into that. Hopefully again that will fix itself over time. Underneath it's quite different than the stock seat, which I'll show you in a minute. It's got a metal loop for the receiver in the back. It's got rubber stoppers which maybe give a little bit more vibration resistance. Got metal hooks, which I'm not sure they actually hook onto anything on the Versys 650, perhaps on an older version. Rubber stoppers towards the front. You'll see in a second when I show you the original. The seat pan's much more robust. Metal receiver or tab in the front that goes under the receiver and back of the fuel tank. Here's the stock seat, and you can see that it's basically all molded plastic. There are no rubber bumpers, metal loop, no rubber bumpers in the center. You can see the foam underneath, and it's got a plastic molded tab in the front to go under the fuel tank. The Sargent seat fits noticeably tighter around the fuel tank, which is pretty nice. So that's a very quick look at the Sargent World Sport Performance Seat, this time on a Kawasaki Versys 650. It's available for many different bikes. For the full review, more photos and details, please visit webbikeworld.com. Thanks for watching.